Hello everybody. I'm making this video because my daughter, I mentioned this before, she has dreams from the Lord also, has finally decided it's okay for her to share one of her dreams. Well, actually two, but we're going to do one today and another one at another time. Anyways, this one, she finally, like I said, felt like she was given the okay to share. And I'm just going to go right into it. This dream was given to her about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. So it was around the very first part of July, but before July, excuse me, before July 4th. And I'm just going to read it to you, and then you guys can decide for yourselves, pray on it, discern it, all that good stuff. So, we used to live in a house up on a hill, so that's what she's referring to here. We were living up on the hill. The outside of the house was the same. The driveway was a little different. I just remember that we had a little boy with us. He was young, maybe 6 to 8 years old. I did not know his name or how he came to us. All I knew at the time was that we needed to protect him at all costs. He was outside playing when 2 men and 1 woman came to the door. I saw him run and hide in between the cars. The only person who spoke to me was one man, the one man in the middle. From where I was standing facing him, there was one man to my left, which was his right hand side. He was wearing a nice black suit, and the woman was to my right, the man's left hand side. She was wearing a dark blue skirt suit. She had a clipboard in her hand, and she had brown shoulder-length hair done up in a half ponytail. The man in the middle was taller than the other 2 people. He was Russian. He was wearing a big black fur hat you see Russian people wearing in the movies. He was also wearing a long black fur coat. It had a patch on the right-hand side of it, and on the hat in the middle it was red, but I could not make out anything other than that. This man had a very thick Russian accent. They came to the door, and when I answered, the man in the middle asked where the boy was. I did not know how he knew about the boy, and knew he should not have known. I told him I did not know and asked what he wanted with the boy. He told me he was there to take him, and we needed to present the child and hand him over to be taken into his custody. I told him no, he was not going to take the boy. He told me he was, and that I was going to be in trouble if I did not comply. I told the man sternly that he had no authority here, and if he came back with some authority, then he could have the child. Although I was never going to give him over willingly, even with that. I just wanted him to leave. The man became very angry, but maintained his composure. He leaned in over me toward my left ear, and in a low, deep, stern voice said, "You give me 1 year, and I'll be back with all the authority I need." He stood back up and said nothing else, and then they left. A few seconds after that, I was still on the porch. The boy was still hiding when a fighter jet came over the tree line from the south, and just as it came over the driveway, it nosedived straight down. It didn't hit the ground, but was about as close as you could get to it, so close to me that I could see the man inside. He was in a flight suit, helmet, and air mask with a visor, so I could not see his face. Then the jet bobbed up and down a few times, and I woke up. So that is the dream. She is convinced that this was a dream given to her by the Lord, and I actually believe her 100%. I'm not sure what it means. She's not sure exactly what it means either. But like me, she gives you guys exactly what was given to her, word for word, none of our own interpretation. That way you guys, somebody may be told from the Lord, what the dream means or what it represents. If we do give our interpretation of the dream, we tell you specifically this is our thought, and I have my own thoughts about this dream, but they're not my daughter's thoughts. So if maybe I'll ask her permission to tell you what I think the dream could have meant. And it's, you know, it's kind of after the fact, but I don't know, I could be wrong. You know, this is definitely something that's very interesting. I have no idea who the child represents. I mean, obviously Russia is involved in this dream, but who is the child? That's the question, you know. And why did Russia want that child so badly? And then did the jet represent military force? I don't know. So you guys give me lots of input. If anybody gets anything from the Lord on this, definitely share. And I'll put the other one up just as soon as we can. Thank you guys. God bless you. And goodbye.